This one this one might be a little controversial. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carter Walker. I love talking about movies, music, comics, and games. And I just checked out the new Netflix film Leave the World Behind, which stars Mahershala Ali, Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke. It's directed by Sam Esmail. The basic plot of this movie is that a family goes to a little vacation home and two people show up in the middle of the night looking for refuge, and everything goes down the toilet from there. I don't really want to say much else. But this was something that I was kind of looking forward to because of the early buzz and the fact that Mahershala Ali is in it. I really love his work. The trailer was interesting, and so I went into this movie really wondering what was going to be going on with it because I don't know anything about the plot. I don't know anything about the novel that it's based on, and so everything is from a fresh perspective. Let me know what you think about the movie down below in the comments. Have you seen it? Have you read the book? I'd love to hear different opinions than mine because I'm sure mine is going to be controversial. Getting right into it, I'll start out with the positives. The biggest positive for this movie is the shot selection, shot choice, and cinematography. The cinematography is done so well here. There's so many shots that are framed on their side, they're framed in opposite directions, so many spinning shots, so much movement and dynamic just use of the camera, and so it made it a very fun visual viewing experience. I really enjoyed watching these shots play out. I really enjoyed the blocking of the characters. I really enjoyed just how well the shots are selected, the shot choice is used, and everything going into it. There's so many great pans and dollies and zooms, and so much just energy behind the camera that you can feel. Sometimes it does go a little overboard, like there's just weird shot choices just for the sake of weird shot choices, which kind of got a little annoying. I see the point behind it because it's supposed to like throw you off, keep you guessing. That didn't bother me because the shots in this movie were so freaking good. Easily, far and away, the best part, my favorite part of the movie, were the shots. And adding on to that, the direction by Sam Esmail is done really well. I love the way that he blocks his actors. I love the way that he frames all the shots, like I mentioned before. Again, just really killer stuff. I haven't seen Mr. Robot, but the clips that I have seen and from what I've heard from people, he's a very talented guy behind the camera, so I'd love to see him get more work and see what else he can do. My other positive, and yes, you heard that right, my other positive, singular, is the performance by Mahershala Ali. He is so good here. I love him as an actor. Every award he gets, every praise he gets, he totally deserves it. He's incredible. He is so much fun to watch in this movie as probably the only likable character here. Every other character is just so frustrating, so unlikable, and just so annoying to where Mahershala Ali, every time I cut back to him, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. His character isn't perfect, but his performance was really freaking good. He's just so suave. He's so smooth and just so, like, genuine in this movie. I mean, even though there's secrets with his character, his performance is just so genuine, and I loved it. However, I had a ton of issues with this movie. And so getting right into the mix, I'm going to go with the pacing. The pacing of this movie is either really good and really intense, rapid, or just very, very slow, very deliberate, which is, on one hand, very enjoyable. I liked a lot of the higher tension, very intercut, quick edit, rapid edit sequences in here. However, when it comes to the slower sequences, there's just a lot of scenes that I think could have been cut very, very much. There's a lot in here that I don't think really needed to be in there, so that was a little unfortunate. And I'm just going to get right into the negatives here. This is a movie that I very much did not enjoy. It frustrated me on almost every single level, mostly because of the talent behind and in front of the camera. Usually with a lot of movies, I'm very forgiving. I tend to like movies a lot more than most people do. I'll always be like, yeah, I love this movie. Like, my letterbox is like 3 to 5 stars almost all the time. And this is a movie, unfortunately, that had so much talent behind and in front of the camera that it just was so frustrating to watch it play out, especially when you're watching the movie, when there's these sequences of greatness where you see these high, tense scenes of 3 different timelines intercut, or sorry, 3 different sequences intercut happening just rapid, and the score is building and you feel the tension, and it all just comes crashing down because the writing, especially the plot and the dialogue and the characters, is just so bad, in my opinion. And again, I'm not a big writer. I'm not a great writer by any means. I've written a few things and it all sucks. I'm not even pretending to know what I'm talking about right now to act like I know more than Sam Esmail, because he's a very accomplished Hollywood performer. I'm not. He's a very accomplished creative guy, and I'm not. But it just was very frustrating to see this play out the way that it did. There's so much greatness in here, especially with the way that he moves the camera, that when it came to his script, I was like, oh, dude, like, yikes. And I feel bad. I really don't want to trash on movies or people that make movies, people that create movies. But right here, I was just so frustrated and let down by this movie that I feel like I have to be very harsh on my critique. So the characters here are atrocious. Julia Roberts plays one of the most unlikable characters of all time. And then Mahershala Ali's daughter in the film is runner-up for second most unlikable character of all time. The two kids that Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke have are so annoying. Don't add anything to the movie at all, really, just for some extra stuff in the third act. The longer it goes on, the more frustrating it got because it's just kind of dangling a carrot in front of you with answers. It's like, oh, this is the answer. No, this could be the answer. No, this could be the answer. And then the explanation is like, yeah, I heard this from a guy one time. This is crazy, bro. Haha, what if this happened? Haha, here's some shots of the moon. Whoa. And it's building up so many different things that it could be, and it's all just red herrings. And at the end of the film, it just feels needless. It feels very wasteful of the runtime, wasteful of the editing and the pacing, and just wasteful of my time, honestly. And so it was very frustrating to see all those just kind of cast by the wayside. And it takes the least interesting and the least creative route, in my opinion, the safest route out, and still doesn't give you any answers. And it was very frustrating to get to the end of the movie and be like, wow, that's it. Like, the movie ended, and my wife was like, did it just end right now? Like, did it just end? And she fast forwarded to the credits, and yeah, it just ended. That was it. That was the movie. It just cuts off. And it was very frustrating to see that. And the dialogue as well. I know I'm just jumping from point to point here, guys, but the dialogue was terrible as well. The dialogue, oh my goodness. In the opening scene, Julia Roberts is talking to Ethan Hawke. She's like, I just figured we could use a vacay. I'm struggling at work. You're feeling so anxious at work. You're having such a hard time at work. You know, you remember. To the audience, it's like literally, oh, I have, like, dude, in my first draft of my script that I'm writing for class, I literally had dialogue like that. I'm pretty sure I still have dialogue like that. It's like first draft type dialogue in this movie, and I was like, oh, it just like physically pained me. And I'm going way too hard on this movie, and I apologize. If you liked this movie, power to you. It really just didn't work for me. The characters, in my opinion, again, insufferable outside of Mahershala Ali. And I feel like most of the information in the film is revealed too little, too late. They just hold so much from you. And instead of revealing it to you in like little breadcrumbs, like the characters learn something, it's like Mahershala Ali slowly spoon feeding you information. Like, there you go. Have some more. Have some more information. You want some exposition? Everybody gets some exposition. And I know I'm being very hypocritical because a lot of the movies that I like and a lot of movies that I cherish and love are very heavy on exposition. They don't have grand plot reveals that are done through visual cues. It's just exposition. But in a movie like this, and I was just expecting a little bit more, it definitely fell quite a bit. And I feel like it just fell right on its face. There's a bunch of stuff with deer and animals here that just makes no sense. If someone wants to explain that to me in the comments below, please do. I genuinely loved seeing all the terrific shots done throughout the film. However, I feel like, again, and I'm like a broken record here, everything else just wasn't that great. It really bums me to have to say this, but overall, I'm going to give Leave the World Behind like a 3 out of 10. Oh, this is one of my least favorite movies of the year, along with Exorcist Believer and The Nun 2. So this is kind of a bummer. I was really looking forward to this one. Kind of a bummer. Let me know what you think about Leave the World Behind down in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion, if you liked it, if you loved it, if you hated it. Is it different than the book? Am I wrong? But as always, guys, I'm Carter Walker. I'm hoping the next review is a good one. I love to be positive in my videos. But as always, have a great rest of your day.